Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Hey peeps, it's me, Crystal, part of Kickin It with Keisha and KC. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode.
And I'm Keisha.
Sorry, it's been a minute. Today we have a special guest. I would like to introduce everyone. Some of you may be familiar with her, but introduce to some and present to others, Miss Lena Michelle, the RnB Empress. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good.
That's
Feeling good. Loving the vibe.
Oh, I'm glad. Some of you may know Lena because of her music. She has 2 songs out. They're streaming Spotify, YouTube, Apple, wherever streams are, it's streaming. The first song is I Wanna Know. And then the next song is wait a minute. Hold on. What was the one you was just singing, Keisha?
That's it.
No, wait, it's another one. I'm sorry.
And it's 2 albums.
Yes.
Say she have her packet together.
I'm proud of you. Yes.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Thank you.
So let's get to know Lena Michelle. So how did you start singing?
I've been singing since I was 3, I'm gonna say, and writing music. And this is the funny story with it. I don't know why, but I was going around the house talking about Save the Bunnies. Why? I don't know. And the reason I remember this because my mama is the one that remind me all the time. This is where you start singing. And I'm like, oh, and you remember the tune and everything. So it went from there. And then fast forward, he heard me singing in the shower. And he said, okay, we're going to record it. And I recorded something. And that started to take off a little bit. You can tell it was my first piece of work. But after that, I kept going.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, let me just give you all a few facts about Lena Michelle. I'm sorry, Lena Michelle, the RnB Empress.
There you go.
And I'm gonna tell you
her name.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you what I find fascinating about her. Okay, so between both albums, she has over 735,000 streams on Spotify.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a lot. That congratulations on that. And counting, right?
And counting.
And counting. Okay. And then the next fact is she was nominated for 3 awards with Josie Music. It's Josie, right?
Yeah, the Josie Music
Okay,
Awards.
the Josie Music Awards. Album of the Year, Artist of the Year, and R&B Soul. Now, I find that fascinating because I read that it's over 48,000. No, wait. Yeah, 48,000 submissions, and for you to get those nominations, like that's pretty big.
Thank you.
Yeah,
They had to comb
that's
through a lot of
awesome.
applications. So congratulations.
Thank you. That was God doing.
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. Yep. Now, a local fact, but national as well. In 2019, Lena Michelle was awarded an exhibit inside the Charles H. Wright Museum for her performance for the Detroit Pistons. Because of this exhibit, Lena Michelle is the only music artist alive signed to a major label or independent label ever to have her own exhibit inside of the African American History Museum. That means Beyonce don't have it.
I love you, Beyonce.
Smokey Robinson don't have it.
Smokey Robinson don't have it. The greats don't have it. Like,
Exactly.
But she's great now, so hey, I guess
Yeah, that
great
is
to
big.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very big.
Yeah, that is huge.
Okay, so do you remember your first concert?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was really, really nervous. I had my lyrics on the, the little thing that hold the music. And I was reading my lyrics, and I was like, I don't think this gonna go pretty well, but they passed the hat around. I came out with $50. It was only like 10 people there. I was like, what? I made $50. He was like, okay, you made something your first concert, and I got spoiled. And that's the reason I was like, oh, it's time to pay me. You know,
Right. Like,
I mean, I didn't
get paid to do this.
I done did some concerts pro bono. You know, I done paid my dues, but $50 and this is my first concert.
Yeah.
I made gas money back.
Exactly.
Some, okay?
Right.
So,
Exactly. Now, this is what I find fascinating about you. You show up in other cities and you take their awards. And when I say that, this is what I mean. Yeah. Okay. And she won the Female Artist of the Year in Jacksonville, Florida.
Like how?
Exactly. And I'm quite sure people in Jacksonville, like, you know, they're good. But for you to come all the way from Detroit, go down to Jacksonville and take their stuff, I know you left them with an attitude.
ooh, I love y'all, but I mean,
You got to do what you got to do.
I don't see myself as a local artist. If you think small, you gonna be small. I see myself as an artist that's just not signed to a major.
Okay.
So with that, you know, like you were saying, Beyonce, she done got this award, that award, this award, and they not all in her city. Why can't I get some awards that's not in my city?
You don't need
You
to
know,
be signed to a major. In this day and age now, in the climate of the music industry, and you bringing up Beyonce, right?
I love her.
I recall a few years ago where she did a major deal with Pepsi, right, and made her record label mad because she supposedly went behind their back or whatever. So it was like, what I'm saying is, you know, you build your own brand to the point where you are able to make the deals yourself. You want them to come to you. You create the value on your own. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You are the product. You know what I mean? So you go out and make yourself valuable to the point where they want to come in and you know, buy into you. You know what I mean? You don't want to look like now, like it's like, you know how people talk about getting deals, like how it was back in the day. That's like the equivalent of me. Right now, that's like the equivalent to me of getting on a horse and fighting a war with bow and arrows now in 2015.
Right.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to use the old way of, you know, the old way? It's a whole new atmosphere out there nowadays. So
I do bring up Beyonce a lot because I like that woman is an entertainer. I love that woman.
A real powerhouse.
She the bomb because I still go around to, but you can't break my soul. Everybody's like, I'm tired of that song. I'm not. So,
Right.
it's very motivational and inspirational to the ladies. That's the thing
is.
that I like about her. You know what I mean?
yeah.
She is. She's very uplifting. You know, when you have somebody that, for little young black girls to look up to and say, hey, that's something I can be one day. You know, that's inspiring.
Yeah.
And Summer Walker was just saying that R&B is dead right now.
Well, wake it up.
Yeah, she said she was going to try and come out with an album to kind of bring back the old R&Bs. How you feel about that? About it being dead?
I'm not going to say it's dead. We just got to keep moving with the time. I mean,
Yes.
that's just like I was listening to some of the rap songs and I'm like, what is that on? And my mom was like, how you think we felt about what you was listening to? Oh, okay. And you know, some of our rap songs now is on the station that our parents was listening to when we was in the car. So it's like, oh, you know, you just gotta keep moving. I'm not gonna say it's dead. It's just, this is what they're listening to. You know, we the old school, we the aunties and uncles of the club now. We just gotta face it.
Right.
Because who is a good R&B artist mainstream that's out there really putting out R&B music right now? That's, you know what I'm saying, that's just strictly R&B, the Keith Sweats or the, you know, just the album
and not Blue Eyed Soul.
Right. And that kind of R&B / pop, you know, like, but just straight R&B. Like, I don't think we have that right now.
But that's just like you see, we keep bringing up Keith Sweat and bringing them up because that's, I mean,
older, what we listen to. But so I feel like the generations now are missing out on good music, even with the rap. You know, it's all about popping perks and, you know, let this bitch suck my dick and bend over and, you know what I'm saying? That's what the guys talking about. And then the women, Megan Thee Stallion, I love her, but she keep rapping about the same thing. Badass,
I believe
got some
I believe
good
the type of
pussy.
music that we are looking for, and it's not that we're looking for We trying to relive our golden era ages, or our golden years. But I believe it exists. It just the machine is not promoting it. They're not putting it to the forefront. I mean, there's a lot of that stuff that exists in
agendas
and the quote underground circuit, right? Or just not mainstream. It's not pushed in the in the mainstream of the flow of what you hear on the radio and the videos and whatnot. And part of that is, I don't know if they do that because that's what's selling, or if that's what's selling because they do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's it's all about the money. It's all about money at the end of the day with the industry.
And
that's what I like about your song. I want to know is it's pure. It's from the heart.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
She say, I'm going to do what your mama do. You want me to do what your mama do? Wash your clothes, fold your drawers.
I'm just saying.
Something like
somebody said Ari
Tell
Lennox.
me.
I'm not familiar with
Ari
Ari
Lennox.
Lennox.
Ari Lennox.
She
she waking it up.
She's waking it up. She's waking it up. She's got you, and a lot of people don't, like you said, you don't know Ari Lennox. So
I know her. I like her, but I don't know Ari Lennox.
Okay, she's growing, out here. I actually just got on her a couple months ago, and started listening to some of her music. So I'm gonna have to dig into that.
I honestly got to get into a lot of the newer artists. There's like so many artists out here nowadays, and they pop up from
Kyle.
nowhere. Seem like you know what I mean, and it's crazy. Like, and then in the hip hop scene, I hate to say it, but like a lot of times you don't hear about them until they died. I've learned about a couple of artists when they got killed. So,
Which is sad.
A funny story about that. I was telling my friends, I was like, I really like that Pop Smoke. I said, when he come in concert, I said, I'm going. And they were like, what?
like what?
I said, when he come in concert, I'm
dead.
going. They was like, well, if he come in concert, you'll be the only one there. I said, why? They said, because he's dead. I was like, oh.
Okay, Stacey Dash. Look.
Somebody, I forget what podcast it was on, and this was just this week. Somebody was listening to Mo 3, and he was like, yeah, I want to hear some new music from this, because he was listening to it. I'm like, dude, like Mo 3 been dead for like a couple of years. Like, what? I'm like, yeah, dog. Like, and this is like this week. I'm trying to remember what podcast it was on, but one of the panelists on. I'm like, yo, you ain't know Mo 3 was dead.
Well, I didn't know Pop Smoke was dead.
Wow.
That's just like I took it to heart when Nipsey passed away.
Oh man,
I took that like he was my family. I started crying like
Nip and Dolph was hard for me.
Yes. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? That was my dog, Dolph, man. We got the same birthday, man. So yeah, that was.
Because it's all so senseless.
Yeah.
When you think about it. And then they were all murdered. Somebody killed them. And it's like, when somebody's in a car accident or, they had COVID.
That's tragic enough.
That's tragic. But then for somebody to come and take your life source.
Like that's.
Yeah, and with Young Dolph was a giver.
And a family man.
Yeah, a giver and a family man. I was listening to people talk about him and how his charity work around Memphis and things. And I was just like, wow, they took a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate because you look at that and you think, what is that saying now with the people that were aspiring to be rappers? It's like, okay, is this a dangerous job? Now you look at Takeoff getting caught up in a crossfire, and being killed. So it's just like you don't even have to really be out here doing much of anything. Like, who was that P&B that was out
P&B Rock.
P&B Rock, when they came and killed him while he was out eating. So it's like, it's no respect for the people around you, for any type of human life. It's just like, and then why? Over jealousy? Because they worked hard to get where they got.
It's a shame that you can't even, like, people say, oh, well, he brought it on himself or his girl, like, posting a location. Like, so damn, like, now we live in a day and age, and I mean, it sounds crazy to say, but it's obvious now. So since I'm successful, I can't be where I want to be and show people where I'm at and have my nice things on, and dog, like that's inviting death.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Right. You know, why do I have to, if I worked hard for something, people act like certain people are showing off or doing certain things, or they showing off their wealth. But if you work hard and you can afford nice things and you just living your life, how is that showing off? And what's
like,
wrong?
Why, like, it's two types of people in the world. See that type of thing and be motivated, or see that and be mad. You know what I'm saying? When I ride through Remind me when I used to drive Uber, man, riding through some of these nice neighborhoods, these rich neighborhoods, man. It's like I'm motivated. I want to get there. I'm not thinking about breaking in none of these houses.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, Lena. You're an independent artist. What type of issues do you face out there on the road? Other than the fact that, you know, you got to get your own hotel room and you're responsible for yourself. But what other issues? Do you have problems like with promoters, with
janky promoter?
Other artists?
Give us a story. Give us a story.
Put nobody's name out there, and I don't put names out there because I don't want nobody to say, well, let me research this person, and then your numbers go up. No, because if you got the talent and you know what you're doing, your numbers automatically gonna go up.
Right.
I've had people to pay for me to not do an interview or to do a show. Pay that, you know, the station for me to not be able to go out there. But it's okay. That's okay with me because while you doing that, I'm doing this over here. God didn't already
people
put
trying
me
to blackball you. They see, oh, she's talented. I want to win this competition. I want this spot, so I want to pay for her to not be included.
Which is another reason why you are able to go to other states and blow up.
My thing is, God said, you know what? I already got your direction going on over here, so don't even worry about it. I don't even pray for nobody's downfall. I pray, if anything, that you receive the blessings too, because once you receive the blessings, you ain't got time to worry about what I got going on.
Exactly.
So if you see me at a concert or somewhere and I'm clapping, it's authentic. That's just me. I've been like that since I was a child. It's authentic. Because I know mine is coming. I still believe God's got a blessing with my name on it. I'm not perfect, but I'm not out here hating on nobody either. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not, and that's what I don't understand. Like he said, certain things should motivate you,
right?
But instead, some people actually get jealous that either they can't get there, or and some people, like you said, they just don't have what it takes. You know, some people think they have talent and they don't, and then they're upset that you do. You know, it's that world we live in.
Because while you paying for me to stop going forward, you could be taking that money to get your business affairs together.
Nigga news always interrupting some shit.
AD. So let me ask you this: what motivates you? What motivates you other than money? Hey, Jay.
I have to
what
say,
motivates you?
And I know this might sound cliche, but I have to say, God, He keeps me going because I've had a stroke. I have PTSD. People don't know. In the city of Detroit, I was sexually assaulted, so my virginity was taken by being sexually assaulted. But I didn't say I hate Detroit, I hate this, I hate that. No, I just kept going because for me to be alive and still here, and when I had my stroke for 2 months, I was not able to move 80% of my body. You know, I was kind of stuck. But for me to bounce back and still be able to get on the stage and perform on Amazon Prime, come on now, there's a purpose for me to be here.
Okay, so, that's good. That's good. Yeah. He always on it with the
That's what I'm talking about.
with the soundbite.
Kind of threw me off.
Hey, that's that good engineering.
That's right. Boom, boom.
So now, singing at the Little Caesars Arena. Who approached who?
My manager / husband. Hey, boo. Hey, Zaddy. But he approached them a long time ago. And they said, you know, oh, she's not going to be able to sing out here because she's not a major artist. And
this is the story I wanted to hear, too.
And this is when they were at the Palace of Auburn Hills. I thought I was ready. I was like, I can do this. I can do this. I don't know why they doing that. Then finally we get to the LCA. And they tried to tell me, oh, you can sing with a karaoke mic.
What?
A karaoke mic, baby? I don't sing karaoke. That's not me.
Right.
And we kept pushing. My lawyer stepped up for me. Now, let me tell you how good God is. I have an attorney who is Jewish. You know, I love him dearly. And at the time, I had an agent that was German. And then I have an African-American manager. All three of them fighting for me to sing the LCA, a black female. Now, how often will you see all of that as a combination?
How good does that feel?
Right.
Oh, that feels really good. To know that I don't care what race, what, you know, gender you are, or whatever. I'm out here, I'm impacting people. And that felt so good. And when he told me, he was like, yeah, guess what? You're going to be singing at the LCA. I was like, I'm not ready. And it just shows it's not up to you, you know.
And you said the Palace Auburn Hills, and then you end up performing at LCA. That was a long fight.
Yes.
You had to pack your patience for that one.
And like I said, I thought I was ready, but I didn't even have an album out, and I'm trying to go out there and sing. It's like, what you gonna go out there and sing? You ain't doing no cover songs, you know? No, sing your own stuff.
Let people know your music.
Right?
Yeah, I like artists that sing their own music because, who is that? Is it Layla Hathaway? Always singing somebody else's stuff, and I'm like, she needs to have her own songs, her own album. She has her own voice, but she covered a lot of music. I'm like, I just cut her off.
You didn't have a performance at LCA to do TikTok shows, like go in there and lip sync somebody else's. This ain't a TikTok concert.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You want to hear me sing somebody else's stuff, go on TikTok and listen to everybody else lip sync.
Right, or go get a cover singer.
Exactly.
Go and get a cover singer. Go get one of those cover bands of people who's doing that.
Because if I feel that I'm going to change the face of R&B, let me do my contribution and show what I can do.
There it is.
And speaking of TikTok, shout out to y'all using my song on TikTok. I got like 100 and something people doing TikToks to my song. I'm so proud of you. I was like,
oh, that's
so proud of me.
That's the new wave, man. TikTok. I need to get my old ass on TikTok.
TikTok can get you out here. It'll put you on the map too, just with people, your song going viral, or somebody start doing a challenge to it or anything like that.
All that.
Yeah,
we should do a TikTok before I leave. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
I was telling my friend Shannon. I said we was talking about TikTok, and like you said, that's the way to go. She has this little saying, and I just think it really needs to be a soundbite on TikTok. Because the way she say it, it's like she put a little stank on it. But so congratulations to you for having a soundbite on there.
Thank you.
And you were talking about your contributions. Let's talk about your charity work. Do you have a specific charity that you work with all the time? Is it like your own charity or somebody else's charity?
I just make sure I give back no matter what. Every show that I do, I make sure that I give back a percentage. You know, the ones that I throw. I make sure. I haven't thrown one lately because I've been traveling so much.
Okay.
But I've given back to the Boys and Girls Club in Southfield. I've given back to the Children's Center downtown Detroit. There's so many of them, you know, and I just do it because it's just in my heart. Because what if you see me today and then tomorrow you might see me on the corner, you know, begging for money. I want y'all to be able to say, you know, I know she's gonna pay it forward automatically.
We ain't gonna never see you out there begging for money. We ain't.
I pray now.
We pray that don't happen.
Put that in your damn hair.
Nah, I know that's right. I pray now. He right. I ain't even gonna put that out there.
Right. Ooh. I know. Look, I'm sorry. You know, when you go live, you know, anything can happen.
Wait a minute. Bring the camera back up.
No, that's y'all interrupting the show. That's why I'm
gotta do the club pose.
This look right. You know, like ooh, camera. No. Can't even get your off guard.
For some reason, y'all be getting me off guard eating. Can y'all stop doing it?
I hate when people do that. You get a eating off guard, like, oh, for real, mouth open, might have a tooth hanging out, just anything. Like, come on. Wow.
So
at least tag the company. Let me get an endorsement at least.
Exactly. Okay, so the craziest thing that ever happened to you out there on the road, it can be something crazy but good, a good crazy.
Ooh. I had an edible one time.
What?
Before I went on
before the stage?
But I had an edible one time, and I was going on a podcast, and they were talking, and I don't know if y'all ever see it. You know, I'll send it to y'all. I was kind of sitting there like a deer in headlights for a second, like, oh, my turn. But
like, oh, you talking to me?
Right. And I look back on it, and I'm like, you was having a big dog. Where was that at? Because I need to get some more of
that. Right. Now, have you ever gone out on stage and performed while you were under the influence?
Oh, no, I can't do that. Because I'm the one, if I'm going to smoke,
I'm
really going to relax. Plus, I get fined. Even though that's my husband, my manager's my husband, he like, nah, I will fine you because you're not gonna get out here and make me look stupid, make yourself look stupid. No, I ain't gonna have nobody trying to take that contract and say, "Oh, she forgot her lyrics. She was high." No, give me all my coins.
I know that's right, and I didn't even think about fines and stuff like that. So they will. Okay,
we got a contract amongst each other, and people like, "You don't need no contract. That's your husband."
No.
I'm not gonna put it out there, but Lord forbid something happen. Who gonna take over? Or where's my stuff going? You know, we gonna split it just like this. You know. So,
and people don't understand too, when money's involved, even if it is family, you do need contracts and those things in place so that things will stay on the up and up. Because sometimes people do a lot of verbal with family, verbal agreements, and then when things go bad, when nothing's on paper, or they try to break up, somebody be like, "Well, we ain't never really signed nothing, so I can choose you today. I had them last week. They got me the gig, but I'm taking you as my manager." You know, and then the other person can't do nothing because it's just, but be upset.
right.
So that's unfortunate. We were talking about janky promo. Have you ever showed up and they didn't have your money?
No, because I'm not gonna show up unless you already got my money.
Okay.
Because you hear about people
Just wanna
showing
make
up
sure you
and
don't
they got
have
a deposit.
Yeah.
And then once they got there, they were supposed to get the rest and then couldn't perform. And, you know, they made up a reason why the person didn't do it, but it was ultimately because they didn't get the rest of their money.
Oh no, you're not gonna put my picture on your flyer until I got my money.
Okay.
And then even with that, the way my contract is, I require my money early. No, and you ain't gonna go in no PayPal or whatever and try to get your money back.
We gonna get the money off the door, go in the back and count it. No.
You gonna talk to my accountant, and my accountant's gonna say, "Yep, everything is good." And if my lawyer say the contract is good, we good.
Now, how is that as far as like your husband being your manager? How does that affect like or does it affect the marriage? And does the role change? Like, does he get in manager mode and then husband mode? Like, how does that work?
Wait a minute. First of all, we got a shout out. We got a shout out to Jared because
he's just talking about
hard for his wife. Do you hear me? He be going hard for her. When I tell you, okay, you know, we started off, had a conversation, and after that, he started texting me. He was hitting me with the information, like, back to back to back to back. And I'm like, dang, like, this is puffy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was going hard for his wife. So, shout out to you.
Yeah. I see. Making it happen.
Yeah.
But
that's the type of person you want on your team.
Yeah. Yeah. So, he's still in the room. It's very pleasant. Okay. It's like, I ain't even go hold you.
It's more, he holds you, it's more accountability than anything, right?
He can kind of be a headache sometime, but at the end, I'd be like, you know what, baby? I'm sorry. You was right. You seen it before I seen it, you know? That's just like when we out doing shows and somebody might flirt with me, you know? Anybody else might come over there and try to grab your arm, like, yeah, how you doing, to make their presence known. He be like, do what you gotta do. Go ahead. As long as y'all ain't leaving, he ain't touching that.
You know the difference between business and bullshit when he see it. You know what I'm saying? They got the radar.
I try to get my husband to understand
and secure. Secure in his position.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about that nonsense.
I think it's me that might be that type, because, you know, you might get a female artist that might kind of try to, you know. That's when I'll be like, what you doing? Well, oh, okay, yeah, let him go. You know, I think it's more me that's got that territorial moment. But with him, he like, I know who you coming home to, and yeah, you ain't worried about it. Oh,
well, you know, when nigga news is in the building, it's always some nigga shit
going
on.
Matter of fact, it's almost time to slide it over to nigga news.
Right. So, we want to thank Lena Michelle, the RnB Empress, for gracing us with her presence.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And we'd love to have you come on again and maybe do a show or do a little performance for us. Maybe we can get to hear you do one of those songs live. We'll set that up.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Tell us what you have coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it took me 3 years to get in this, but I I've been nominated with the Southeastern Awards. It's a Southern.
If I hit this applause button one more time.
Right, do it.
Wear it out. Wear it out.
And the reason for me, that's such a big accomplishment because I'm in this award show for Album of the Year with 4 signed artists. Asian Doll, Duke Deuce, Key Glock.
Oh, wow.
Young Buck, and I don't think there's anybody else in there.
Damn.
But
So
for me
now
to
wait,
get
now
that-
you from what I just heard was the only R&B artist that was named in that list. I don't know. You said Key Glock, Duke Deuce. Is he? He's not a singer. Is
No,
he?
he's a
What's
rapper.
Yeah, 'cause I know
Asian Doll, that's a rapper.
yeah. Asian Doll is a rapper.
Now there's another R&B artist, but I'm not even gonna talk about that because I'm gonna just say this: RnB Empress has been trademarked, and she was trying to use it. So,
Oh wow.
but then I said, "Bam, paperwork party, let's do it."
Right.
She couldn't provide nothing. And, you know, people in her city was telling her, "Stop using it." She about her business. Stop using it. Stop using it. And she wanted to try to come at me. I was like, I don't fight. I fight with lawyers. You know. And if you want to come and try to do something, I don't play that snitching role. We can, you know, I like to tussle, but at the same time, I'm going to let my lawyer tussle with you. And she stopped. So now she call herself Big Empress and all that. Do what you do, but I'm the R&B Empress, honey. Do what
So
you
there
do.
can only be one.
Okay.
All right, and on that note, thank you guys for tuning in with Kicking It with Keisha and KC. Thank you for the R&B Empress, the one and only
Thank
Lena
you.
Michelle, for coming in and giving us a little insight into her life. And
Thank you.
we're going to have her come back and get some more information and have her possibly perform. We're going to get right on into nigga news. They're going to slide on in here and do their thing. Come on, Jay. Can we get that applause coming in for nigga news coming in with his guest host D the Barber.
That's some nigga shit too. First, I'm a shout out to what's up, 7 Mile. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could hit a switch. Let me give you a coke. Take a coke, girl. Take a coke.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I want a hug too. I want a hug
You know what? You know you can always get one.
Thank y'all so much. That's a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. How y'all want Come on,
Come on, D. You on nigga news. You D the weed man or D the barber today?
We nickel deuce right now.
We nigga deuce.
Nickel deuce right now.
We got
Nickel deuce right now. We nickel deucing right now. You know what nickel deuce is?
we got our favorite engineer. Look at our engineer. He's sweet. He fucking sweet.
Your shirt say nickel deuce.
Hey,
My shirt say nickel deuce. Your shirt say nickel deuce.
I'm blown right now. I
Hey,
don't even know what you're
motherfucking
talking
sweet.
about,
You
nigga.
supposed to stay blown. You straight on 7 Mile.
I ain't about to start talking crazy.
Hey, I used to play hide and go seek with them 8 Mile Eminem motherfuckers and shit. There's nothing like 7 Mile niggas.
I told him nickel deuce.
Oh man,
Nickel deuce up, nigga.
how life treating you?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, dog.
Good.
I'm floating, dog. Let
That's
me
what
mess.
we
See,
got.
I gotta set y'all boys
We
up,
on
man.
some
Y'all
real
ain't-
nigga shit today.
What we doing, man?
Man, we gonna talk about all this nigga news.
What we doing, man?
Oh man, y'all boys, man.
We gonna get live for him and talk about all this nigga news, man.
What we doing, man?
On 7 Mile Radio.
Oh, you can roll up, can't you? You can roll up, can't you?
Yeah, we can roll up in this motherfucker. Keisha, she like, put your headphones on. I don't even need no headphones. I'm talking to Mike like my mic sound nice. Check 1. We'll put my mic sound nice. Check 2. Tell her we came to talk some shit in this motherfucker's
I can't
original.
hear shit on this mic.
You can't hear nothing?
Welcome to Nigga News, guys. We got
yeah.
Jay and
Keisha, don't you start with it.
D the Barber in this
We
bitch.
got
We gotta
Big
get
Booty
him a
Keisha in the
minute.
house with us.
Big booty girls, up to it. No.
Yeah.
So, what's going on, Mr. J himself?
Oh man, we missing Steve.
I know we miss
missing
you, Steve.
He had some surgery.
Check
You know, he was in a car accident, but God blessed him. But he gonna be all right. We got
You whispering, nigga. That's why you don't hear yourself.
I hear.
No, I gotta hear you.
He over here tweaking. Hey, we was at a movie set today, and this nigga started flirting with the little young,
Hold
pretty
on.
black girl, taking little
hold on.
items off her.
No, I didn't.
Her hat.
No, hold on.
He like, no, I didn't.
Nah,
He like, don't get me in trouble.
nah.
Oh, damn. Cut that shit.
He can't even get it out.
It was a fly. It was a fly on the rug. You know what I mean?
What?
We tried to stomp it out, get it out of there. Yeah.
You know what?
My bad. I apologize. To the third degree. Third part. We live on 7
We
Mile.
tried to stomp it out.
You know,
So we tried, it's like wow.
Let's talk about some real shit
you know
though.
what I'm saying?
Let's talk about some real shit. How about let's see what's
How y'all
going
feel
on.
about that Brittany Griner situation? With her
Oh
being
man, they done
free?
traded the arms dealer for that motherfucker. Hey, them niggas in Russia. They need them arms dealer, them niggas to go get their weapons because Ukraine, they giving them, they flying them drones over there, dropping them drones.
I want a drone. It's a drone over there.
Hey, they gave them the motherfucking, they gave them the arms dealer.
Real.
That was
Now,
like.
do you feel like because a lot of people were in an uproar, like they traded.
By all
for
means
him.
necessary though. Get that black girl back. She only had like
But they feel like he was
0.5
worth
of
2 or
weed.
3 prisoners.
Yeah, he was worth a lot, but she was worth a lot too, just because she's part of our culture. She's part of our basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She part of our LGBT with all the colors and shit.
Yeah,
Them niggas that
the
start with all the
alphabet.
colors.
The alphabet community.
Yeah, and they stole all the alphabets and the colors.
Yeah.
So I mean, just to represent
Can't even
them, they
chase the
should have.
rain.
The arms dealer ain't gonna do nothing but go make some more money.
Oh, yeah.
She
And
had
work
to
for
come
who?
back home.
Go back home. He going back home.
Now, I'm like I said before, I'm glad she's back home. It was just the whole thing
She was a
of who
part
they
of the
gave
Olympics,
up for.
man.
Yeah,
But
she was the Olympic
that's
winner.
more deeper than the government, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, for us, we wanted
But,
it home.
but at the same time too, it's like
We had to come. We had to do something for that woman. Like she was like soldiers in arms.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
I can feel you on that. I can feel you.
She
on
like that, man. Soldiers in arms.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. But see, what I look at it too as, it's like she represented so much to us because we was all so sad about why should somebody be locked in that cage
for 9 years.
Yeah,
for that.
they trying to stick it to her. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's crucial for what the amount of the substance that she thought that she had for what the cause of what they gave her.
man, you didn't let me bring no weed.
We
today,
wouldn't
man.
imagine that somebody like that on that caliber of what they think they might have done and got away with. You would have thought,
Right.
but that person didn't.
Right.
They captured her
Yeah.
and locked her in and told us later, years on, we gonna give you somebody for her to forgive us.
Well, I mean, it was a good trade off.
You know what
That's
I'm
how I
saying?
feel. I'm on some real nigga shit. Like, okay, wrestle like we can get that motherfucker back. Like let me go there. Like we get that bull dyke back for some motherfucking the iron dealer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, we got that stuff. But I mean, that was just real shit.
She's a hell of a ball handler.
Now I want to see her come back and dunk on a couple of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I hope she was taking care of her tempo and doing push-ups and shit like I tell all my friends that's doing 20 years.
She was
I'll be
missing
like,
her
yo,
life.
take care of your tempo. You know what I'm saying? Show God you still love what he gave you, even though he got you in the cage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my
I got so many friends in
I'm
jail.
sure she's thinking her
that
from good.
I think it made her stronger. What you think?
It made her more think self.
I mean, she won't do no dumb shit no more.
Subconsciously, she
won't
in
do
the
no
back
dumb
of her
shit no
mind. She ain't gonna do no dumb shit no more.
And she got the whole public with it. Shit, we ain't going over there with nothing either. You know what I'm saying?
She taught us all a lesson in the nigga news.
Yeah.
Not to go over there and do no dumbass shit like she did.
And welcome home.
And if we
Fuck that arms dealer.
if we forgot, we ain't gonna forget
welcome
no
home.
more.
Welcome home. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy
Yeah, we
life.
give a welcome home because she.
That's what you want to see with the black community. You want to see them enjoy life because you know what I'm saying. Like we got so much bullshit that's pinned on us, where they like
Man, they put everything
when we soon realize they all got and I mean all the masses, the masses that about got their motherfucking knee on our neck, And that's what they did to her. You know, we going to, like, we basically supplying Ukraine with all their drones and shit. Now they dropping drones. United States has sent that little crazy ass motherfucker white boy or Negro, whatever he is, tell him we love him. But they just sent that motherfucker. He like, I'm going to do all the drones for you guys. You know what I'm saying? They dropping bombs because they need to. They need to stop the people from bombing. And, messing other people's lives up. We're all supposed to be free in this motherfucker.
Man, they want to divide and conquer, man.
Hey, I got a chance today. I took him with me. I drug him all around. I was like, man, I'm going to show you, like, a movie scene I'm going to do. I think it's going to be, it's supposed to be on Netflix. Let me straighten up. I'm like, damn, man, I be sitting on this nigga 7 Mile show, all slouched and shit. Like I ain't got no motherfucking composure. Like, they get my nigga shit straight.
Nickel Deuce.
I'm happy to be on
Nickel
7 Mile.
Baby, Nickel and the Deuce.
I'm like, if we could get 80 callers in this motherfucker, I got the 80th caller, free ounce, free wax pen and shit. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't promoted nothing though. Nobody.
I'm giving out weed, goddamn it. When you give out weed,
Deuce right now.
Oh my
Nickel
god.
Deuce, nigga news.
Paperwork.
we got on the basketball player.
Nickel and the Deuce.
Let's talk about them damn
Nickel
dumbass crackhead babies who was shooting across the parking lot at the store or whatever, trying to rob or get back at whoever they was trying to get back. They're green like cat.
In the white Jeep, and they had shot 2 people.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I seen that. That was crazy.
Straight nigga shit.
All of them crack babies, if you ask me.
But you know what though? I always say when bullshit happen, I be like, yo, you know what's really going on? These mamas ain't teaching their kids to respect other people's belongings, other people's lives.
They think that shit.
And most of all, they self.
The mamas think it's sweet.
Yeah,
it's a sweet.
It's like promoting this shit.
Scoot to your right, and you all out the shot. Yeah,
my son's sweet with this shit.
It's like promoting.
Because if the mama tell her son he's live with that shit he do, she's a #1 promoter.
We're letting them bring the shit home. Back in the day when I was coming up, checking in a motherfucker was the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say who I had, but I had a close relative. He check a motherfucker in. I had every motherfucking gym shoe. It was. You know what I'm saying? I think I started wearing mismatch before Bell Bill DeVoe, but because I had so many gym shoes, but. I realized, what was going on. Like, you could train your kid. You could beat the shit out of your kid or too much. But you could beat the shit out of your kid just enough. So you gotta know the limit, know the edge where you don't push your kid to where, oh shit, I'm getting an ass whooping at home. So now I'm gonna go out here. I ain't taking no ass whooping out here. Or you could beat your kid to where, shit, I'm getting an ass whooping at home because my mama telling me, respect the next black man, whatever. Lady, old lady, young man.
Some of these newborn.
We got the crack baby generation. I want to talk about the crack baby generation. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. The crack babies that
no
grown
ass
up.
Whoopers, man.
The crack babies.
Yeah, they didn't get them. That's what I'm saying.
And then, matter of fact, some of them ain't having no mom or their dad to give them an ass whooping.
Right, because the mom really on some other shit.
And then on top of that, the ass whooping coming from them learning that they fucked up through somebody else telling them that they fucked up.
Yeah.
And the ass whooping ain't never fucking came.
And that's what I'm saying. I need to.
The ass whooping's gonna come from the streets or someone that's their homeboy next to him or some girl that just telling him he ain't getting no pussy. That's some nigga shit.
Yeah, that's some nigga shit.
Some nigga shit is old boy delivering that Popeye's chicken with them roaches.
Well, you know what? Don't eat no goddamn Popeyes.
Fuck my favorite shit up. You know, I'm sick about it. I'm like, damn, I can't go to Popeye's.
I tell you some more nigga shit. That clip of that girl inside of the cellular phone store, and she tried to run out of there.
She tried to run out.
Yeah, then that was some nigga shit.
Her mama
then her mama come in there like,
with the police.
Yeah, talking about some.
I didn't see that part. I didn't see the second half of it.
Oh, it's in part 2 when the mama show up.
Yeah.
And the mom is more so like trying to check the store owner rather than checking the daughter. No, you check that little heifer because she was the one trying to run up out of there with his merchandise. And then she lied.
I wonder how she feel after she seen the video. She had this is her emotions and reaction before she seen the video. So after she seen it, I wonder how she felt.
But on some real nigga shit, fuck your emotions. You know right from wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The mom
you
was
just making us look bad, and that's what I'm talking about. Like we looking bad because our parents ain't teaching us.
Yeah.
Man, my mama would have came in that motherfucker and damn near strangled me.
Man, what? Because the mom was trying to make it seem like
and paid that man.
the mom was acting like it was the store owner's fault, and he had to explain to her like, no, your daughter. Even after he said your daughter's lying, she still was looking at it like my baby ain't do nothing. But I'm with you. My mama would have been she'd have found out what happened. Okay, all right, bust me in my shit.
Man, my mama would have.
Period.
My mama would have came up there and beat me so bad, the police would have been like, you know what, we just gonna leave him with you, Mr. You know what I'm saying? I'd have seen that before in real life. But you know what, I used to think like, dang, my mama mean. But I realize now that keep me out the bullshit.
Yep.
You know, no matter what.
Your mama saved your life.
Yeah, you gotta have.
She
You
just
gotta
giving
have
you structure.
discipline in life.
You know what I'm saying? She's just giving you structure. Now you understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she called her
structure. It wasn't mean. Just like how our kids would think that's the same thing now with them. Like,
but it's generational understanding that if you're not if you're not born in a standing of cleaning, brushing your teeth, washing your hands before you come and eat. What you doing getting out that bed, coming running the brakes, you got crust between your eyes. You ain't even gonna wash your face.
Wash your hands.
You know.
And you're not gonna lay in that bed for too long either.
And it's just like,
True.
Nowadays it seems like the whole narrative is just totally switched around and the new 2000 and millennium shit that changed it. I think it ain't it's not the time, it's the people that change. Because we stick to them old rules.
Over time,
we know better not to go and do nothing, go and grandma's kitchen and go in there and eat without washing our hands and our face.
But every family ain't had that same.
That's what I'm saying.
Same structure, right?
Well, they have
and now over time,
it
get watered down. With each generation, they lose another layer of morals and another layer of standards.
They quick to push some shit on Instagram saying this is a paper plate with a paper fork and this is the best meal they ate.
The only guy I can say, sometimes I say,
this is the best plate I got, huh?
Morals and standards have been watered down.
Oh, okay.
In exchange for dignity.
It's got the fucking
you put your turkey on a paper plate with a paper fork and you say with a paper cup with Kool-Aid in it and pop and say that's the shit. I got the best plate on this, man. I need 100 views too, huh? Oh,
we're gonna give out free weed to the 100 views.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta promote that. You gotta promote that.
I'm telling you, I'm already promoting. I got free weed and it's
all day. Everybody know.
Free weed, free gifts.
Well, we usually get over 100 views, so you gonna be giving.
I know. That's it. Like I'm the 100 motherfucker. And I be like, damn.
Not with no paper plate and paper fork, man. God damn, you ain't got no real place, so man.
Hey, what about? Let's talk about some other shit. What about T.I. admitting that he snitched on his cousin because his cousin was dying?
He was dead. He feel like it ain't snitching.
Told him to do it so he could stay out of jail.
He ain't snitch on nobody.
Well, I guess because
he ain't snitch on nobody.
Well, since his cousin was dead, and he told on he put it all on him since he was dead. It's like, why not? If it's gonna keep him out of jail. Is that snitching?
I snitch on my
since didn't nobody go to jail?
My dead cousin take that for you.
If you knew your cousin was gonna take that for you, why not?
Right? Why not?
He'd take that for you.
Why not? Why in our black community we want to say T.I. snitched on some shit when that man he snitched on man even alive?
Because people want to condemn him for something.
We call that nigga shit, that Jim Crow shit.
That's that nigga news.
Like we want to call we gonna call Kanye mental.
That nigga news.
We gonna say Kyrie believe in motherfucking some bullshit when he be helping all the communities. We gonna say we gonna just turn our backs on motherfuckers that can, bring light to what's going on.
Look how they doing
Even when
Deion. Look how they
wrong.
doing Deion.
Oh man, dog.
Hey, listen, and then the
Man.
thing about it is, like, I know y'all seen the clip of him getting his shit stolen.
Man,
Oh yeah, they broke into his car several
They
times.
broke into the locker room, stole his credit cards, his watches. You know what I'm saying? During I forget what ceremony it was.
man,
I know it was a game during the game.
man. We on some real nigga
So-
shit. We gonna say
So, man, like,
big
come
ups
on,
to
man.
Deion because
Most
he
definitely,
put
man.
it down. He put it down. He went to school with
I don't
his
blame
kids.
him. I don't blame
he
him for
went to
leaving.
school with his kids.
I don't blame him for
Yeah,
leaving, man.
he
I don't
did.
care if it was for that 500 million. For that, what was
It wasn't even for
5
that.
million.
It-
5
if
million.
you really look at it for what it was,
But his son
his
really
kids
wanna
was
stay, though.
playing. His kids was playing sports, so he went and joined them and showed you, Dad would be coach, and we'll be a championship team, and I could get to, enjoy my kids through their college career. But at the same time, black people just look at it so fucked up that they don't realize that all he did was bring light to that college.
Yeah, he did.
And by him moving to the next level,
It gave somebody else the opportunity to, to fill it in.
and also he's showing everybody that, like, hey, the goal is to turn
He gave
pro.
you the blueprint. He gave you the blueprint on
Yes,
how to do it. That's
yes.
the main
The goal
thing,
is to
right?
turn
He left
pro.
the blueprint there on how to make that shit happen.
He been a pro ball player. He been,
Yes.
he done
Also,
league.
all the next person have to do is just walk in.
Yeah, and
Hey,
follow
yeah.
that
The,
blueprint.
the
But
program
they
is
hated
jumping.
on him, man. Like,
the
like,
program
that
jumping.
pissed me off
Exactly.
personally. Because I can't stand a thief, you know what I'm saying? Like, you work hard for your shit, you know what I mean? And then you come in trying to help this team, help this organization, and then they do that, like, especially they had to be some students,
Yeah, but like
Like,
I
you trying to help.
I kind of look at it like the money man. He ain't give a fuck about that shit. He
He already rich.
insurance took care of it.
Yep.
He knew what he
It
was,
was a-
getting
yeah,
himself
yeah.
into.
Yep.
He did something so good for the black community. He turned the eye to the black colleges that they should have been already
Yep.
just let be in the
It was just
the
a
black
disappointment
team.
for that
Because
to
thinking
happen.
about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Other races started applying to the Jackson State, left and right.
I mean, that's cool and all, but at the same time, like I was talking about earlier, since you just said that we talking about race, I was like, I don't give a fuck if Trump is a racist. One thing I saw him do was he kicked out money. You know what I'm saying? He kicked out money, and you can see bombs on the street, and they have been and did they
Stimulus.
COVID unemployment or
Yeah.
whatever, and they have $1,000 in their pocket.
Right.
Now we got this new man in the office. That's how I compare. That's how I compare. Presidents. Not to jump off the other to another subject, but to compare presidents. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at the president that gives and lets the people survive. Like when Trump was in office, I was able to buy homes. I was able to buy buildings. You know what I'm saying? The other presidents, I don't even remember.
you got
I ain't
two
even got to
kids.
remember who they
Your
were
kids
because
turning
I was
8
maybe on
kids.
welfare on Section 8.
Jiggling.
When Clinton was in office getting his dick sucked, I was chilling. You know what I'm saying? Working 7 days, 12 hours at Chrysler. It was two
Right.
things you could do back then. You could sell drugs and go to jail because they was locking us up for jail. That's like, the black man's slavery. Go, they get us in a cage. They get more money. You worth more in the cage than you is outside. That's how they had made it for a long time. But so when Clinton was in office, you could work 7 days, 12 hours at the plant. So not to just throw off, man. I just, I thought I'd throw that out there. We just saw that crazy motherfucker, whether he racist or not. You always gotta appreciate a man that'll show you what he really is, and then do what he really do.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Rather than doing it behind your back.
You know?
Right.
But right now we got
So the two
Heinz,
colors.
gas.
Hiding and poking.
Man, it's so fucked up
Well,
right now.
why you keep stumbling?
They got the
God
dumbass LD kids stealing cell phones out of Apple. Now what the fuck you gonna do with an Apple phone out of the fucking Apple store? You know they got that motherfucking Apple thing tracked. That motherfucker probably that motherfucker was put in through stock number this
They
and
working for somebody
Uh,
else.
you know?
Dumb shit. They working for somebody else.
but that's how poor they got us. They got kids running in now and just ransacking Walmart and running out.
Idiots.
Man,
Pure idiots.
it's gone crazy.
Have you been seeing those clips out in California?
It's gone
I think it's
crazy.
San Diego where they just running in, getting bags of stuff and running out.
Yeah, it's gone crazy.
Yeah.
It's sad because it just show you what inflation does, and then it show you what like what this president does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, okay, we like the Ukraine people, whatever, because they trying to keep their freedom. But what about the quality of life in your country?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they ain't giving it to us.
You want to get that inflation down, you got to shoot the thieves.
And they ain't giving it to us.
Yeah, you go across it somewhere else around this motherfucking third world country. Them motherfuckers gonna cut your hand, cut your foot, you ain't
All of that.
Right.
Shit.
Gonna teach you a lesson.
See, these
for real.
motherfuckers only think they on the misdemeanor, like they jaywalk when they run up in the store and go steal that shit out of there.
Man, you know what?
What's wrong with them, man?
I've been up on this.
And that's why they stay here and do that. You don't see them going overseas doing that.
I've been, speaking of overseas.
They don't know no better. They steal from their own people. They go in the room, come out the room. Oh, damn, where my jury at? Oh, I'm been in that room. Cuz been in that room. Well, who was the last one to be in the room? Well, I seen nephew in that room.
Let's have a real nigga moment right now. Speaking of nigga news, you know what I'm saying? Speaking about overseas, like, you know, like I've been studying this shit. Like I got a friend and he done moved to Africa and shit. I want to tell all my niggas this for a second. He done moved to Africa, so every time I got problems on this side of the soil, he say, man, you over there on that white man's land having problems, man. You know, you need to come over here. And I be like, you know, and he kick it to me about what's going on. Like, he's in a spot where the technology is more advanced than over here. Mm-hmm. He's in a spot in Africa where our dollar is worth $3,000. You know, it fluctuates to $3,000.
He live in Wakanda.
You can right. You know, like a lot of us don't notice. A lot of us don't know. We can just, you know, like. And I was trying to get to this book. It's called "Who Moved My Cheese."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say to my black people in real nigga news, you need to maybe watch the parody of Who Moved My Cheese and understand why I'm trying to tell you about my boy that moved to Africa. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when he moved to Africa, he was just doing obituaries and posters and banners, and you know that's just a mediocre job. But he knew that he could take the money that he was making off that and live like a king in a spot in Africa. He discovered that. Mm-hmm. With, you know, so it's like $3,000 for every dollar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like he, for like $600, nice. he fuck around. He got a maid and a fucking a cook that come by and cook 3 meals for $600. You know, he's like, that's a fucking Carno J. Right. You like, and then the cook is teaching me about all our GMO products. Like we got fake carrots, we got fake mangoes, we got fake food. Mm-hmm. He like, man, they feeding y'all fake food. Like bananas is black and they got seeds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he like my girl over here. She like cooks outside under a fire, just out of the culture. But the food is so good. You know the cook is teaching me about how we're eating fake food.
Plastic.
We don't know how to eat.
Like so we fucking up as a black community. Like we going so hard on motherfuckers that's trying to expose this shit when we really need to open up to, man, sometimes it's you gotta look at who moved your cheese and maybe go somewhere else in the world to where the cheese treat you right.
We're gonna have to talk about that next time, why people scared to leave. We're gonna talk about why people scared to leave the United States and go abroad. That's a topic for next month. Yeah.
You can tell. You can say something about the Jews right now, and nobody will like your stat.
No one.
Because hey, Kanye just got in trouble over that. Man, what the fuck Jay told us?
Control.
He's crazy.
Control.
And we know the Jews that did whatever they did.
All right, hey.
That's real nigga news shit.
That was some nigga news shit. We appreciate nigga news being here.
It's a
D
wrap.
the barber.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
He did the weed man. He did the weed man.
Yeah. Oh, he did the weed man.
Yeah, fuck the barber shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, he done switched it up on us. We want to give
you got to keep moving on up.
Moving on up
to the east
you
side.
gotta start off
like
with
the
one
show.
before you get two, right?
Thank you to Bono's Boutique and Ace of Spades Gentlemen's Club. You want to go see some ass and titties? Ass and titties.
Hey, that nigga Bob be
titties.
having the clothes too now. It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
Support
Going
your
over to
black
3246
entrepreneurs.
West Davison.
All black.
And
got
support.
nice clothes in there.
Yeah, support all
Support
black businesses. Just
I don't
support
care how
your
you write it
people.
out.
Be good at the titty bar.
I don't care how you explain.
You know
it.
what
Don't
I'm saying?
forget to
Stop
wash
all that
your
black
ass.
on black
Oh,
bullshit.
you know, soap and water.
We out here
Brush
7
your
mile like
teeth.
get out, man.
Just keep your hygiene clean.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile